Hello, good morning. How are you today? My name is Praise Forward. This is episode 32 of PFthinks. Okay. I'm so sorry that I'm coming a bit late today. Yesterday was International Day of the Family, and it was the day for our annual conference, African Family Life Delegates Conference. So I was at the conference all day from morning till about 5:30 thereabouts. 6 o'clock when we finished, and went to bed pretty late, and my phone just went off. So when I woke up, I had to run downstairs to come and do this. Okay, it just shows that our body sometimes needs to rest. So my body is crying for rest. So I'm just going to do this and go back to bed. Now I'm going to start what I've called the relationship cycles. Okay, the three relationship levels of relationships that we all need to master. Esther, thank you so much. I know you have been waiting, and everyone who is just joining me, thank you guys for always keeping up with me. It's supposed to be 3 a.m., but we have to do this. Now, the most critical skills in the next 10 years of your life is the power of intentional networking, built on the power of tribes. I'll take that again. The next 10 years is the decade of tribes and teams, and the most critical skills in this next 10 years is the power of intentional networking built on the power of tribes. As a matter of fact, I have started teaching what we call LQ. What people are teaching right now is EQ. Before now, it used to be IQ. IQ is intelligence quotient. EQ is emotional quotient, emotional intelligence quotient. But LQ is the future, and LQ is the quadrant or the quotient that can help humanity, which is the love quotient, right? Thank you, thank you, everyone. Okay, now, so I was saying that the most important skill you need to master is the power of intentional relationships. Now, a lot of people have been hurt in the past by not understanding how to attract people into their lives. People are still being hurt. A lot of marriages that went bad, you want to ask yourself, how did they pick their partner? A lot of relationships that went south, you want to ask, how did they come into their lives? A lot of people find themselves dirty on social media. You want to ask, how did they get to that level? So today, I'm going to start talking about the three levels of relationships. Now, the three cycles of relationship. Not understanding this has cost many people what they desire. As a matter of fact, it has cost people their lives. So this morning, I'm going to start by talking of the three courts that you need to understand. Now, the three levels of relationships that exist that you need to master is the outer court, the inner court, and the holies of holies. The outer court and the inner court and the holies of holies. Now, these three levels of relationships, if you master them, you will hardly get hurt, you will hardly experience outbreak, you will hardly get backstabbed. Why? Because you have mastered who is who and how to place people. Now, the problem many of us have is that there are people who should never be in your outer court, who you have brought, who should never be in your holies of holies, who you have brought into your holies of holies. There are people who should be in the outer court that you have brought into the inner court. There are people who should be in your inner court that you have brought into your holies of holies. Never complain when outer court people hurts you because you have brought them into holies of holies. The problem is not them, the problem is you. Jesus Christ, if you check what he did, Jesus Christ had the 12, right? He had the 72 people who he sent out. He had the 12, but he also had the 4, right, who belonged to his holies of holies. There were things he told the 4 that he never told the 12. There were things he told the 12 that he never told the 72. He knew and he mastered this. In fact, there was a time they said a lot of crowd was coming onto him, but he did not commit himself to them because he knew all men. That a lot of us, we don't know all men, but we commit ourselves to people we don't know because we're hurting, so we attract hurting people into our lives. Now, when you attract hurting people into your life, right, they don't have the capacity to manage your pain. They can empathize, sympathize, but they don't have the capacity. The moment you hurt them, they're going to open your wound and mess you up terribly. So today, I will start by talking about the outer court or the outer field. Now, the outer court people are acquaintances. Listen to this. They like something about you, but not the totality of you. Outer court are acquaintances. They are not your friends. They like something about you, but not the totality of you. My teacher, one of my teachers, one of my gurus, Dandapani, says that you must qualify people for the gifts of your energy, because energy is life. Energy is like currency, right? If you don't qualify people for the gift of your energy, you will attract energy vampire into your life, and they're going to suck you dry. So what Dandapani does is, when he goes to a place and a lot of people want to be his friend, then the panel will pre-qualify them by asking them to send a mail to him. Now, he said that at every point in time, if he had about 500 people wanted to see him, if he said, oh, please send me a mail, he will reduce to about 10. From the 10, he will pre-qualify them again, and he will usually reduce to 1 or 2. Those are the 2 people who deserve the gift of his energy. A lot of us are burning energy in the wrong direction for a people who do not deserve the gift of your energy. Right. So the outer court people are your acquaintances. They like something about you, but not the totality of you. Number 3, they haven't proven themselves except their potential energy. They have kinetic, right? They have potential energy which has not been tested, right? So you cannot be telling them things they ought not to know, because you just met them, they have not been tested. Number 4, they are hurting and share pains and woes. So when they come, majority of them come into your life from a place of hurt. They tell you about their pain. They tell you about someone that hurt them. Oftentimes, because many of us, we have not conquered gossip, right? So when they begin to tell their stories, we forget that there are 2 sides to every story. Every man proclaim his own goodness. A faithful man who can find that, the force that states its case seems justified until cross-examined, right? So when they come with their pain, because there is pain in you as well, you've been hurt, what they are sharing resonates perfectly with you. And the moment it resonates perfectly with you, you open yourself up. I mean, it's happened to me several times. When I was hurting, the moment people start to share pain, it resonates with me, and it just opens me up. I get drawn to them, right? So when they are reporting or talking about how a leader treated them, I feel pain with them, right? Because, I was hurting myself, not knowing that they themselves, they have a lot of issues in their lives. Now, many of them want access to your life, and the password of access is to begin to share their pains, because they know you will empathize, right? They need help and closure, hence likely to depend on you. So you will see them, they will feast on you as the host. They will come to you, they will say, we can't survive without you. You are blah, 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 blah to us. So before you know it, they find a place in your heart, and because you have trusted them, you'll begin to reel out things you should never share with them. I once had a boss, every time you ask him for his opinion about another top guy, he will tell you, I have no opinion, right? And I asked him why. He said to me, Praise, you cannot be arrested for what you are thinking, but you can be prosecuted for what you have said. I'll take that again. You cannot be arrested for what you're thinking, but you can be prosecuted for what you have said. Outer court people, they give them a precondition to see you, except they are coming to do business. You need to pre-qualify outer court people, except they're coming to do business. No matter who they are, they can speak in tongues, they can jump up and down, they can have title, most spiritual of holiness, right? You need to give them precondition to see you, except they are coming to do business with you. Next one, you need to recommend what you have that can help them, or refer them, but insulate yourself, because they can drain you. Outer court people can drain you, right? So you need to insulate yourself. So for example, they want to see you, oh, I want counseling from you. If you have a material that can solve their problem, tell them to go and read it, right? Tell them to go and buy it or something like that, right? You will realize that a lot of them, they can't invest in your book, they can't invest in your material, but they just want access all the time. They want to sit with you, they want to spend 3 hours, 5 hours of your time, when they have not proven themselves. Now, outer court people, what you owe them is your bowel of mercy and compassion. They are more or less like CSR, right? You don't owe them the gift of your life. You don't owe them the secrets of your life. You don't owe them what is happening in your life. You don't owe them. They are not custodian of your secret. They can't handle it, right? So there is no point sharing with them what they can handle, because they will bite you terribly, because the way they warm themselves into the heart of other people is through gossip. So when they hear your opinion, they will go and tell someone else. So whatever you don't want others to hear, you better not share with outer court people. Now, don't withhold your bowel of mercy. Give them your bowel of mercy, right? Show them mercy, but don't give the totality of yourself to them. Jesus did not commit himself to them because he knew all men. The ones he committed himself to totally were the four, and they were the ones he took to the Mount of Transfiguration, right? You can't commit yourself to them because you don't know them. Never forget this. You don't know outer court people, right? They have the propensity to switch loyalty, right? So the moment someone demonstrates some kind of higher intelligence than you, they're going to switch. What happens is outer court people, once to get to the top, they can't get to the top, so they find someone that has connection to the next level. They come into your life, you introduce them to the next level, they abandon you and move on, and that one introduce them to the next level. So they are users. They are moving on a journey, so they keep using people. They have no loyalty to anyone. Now, outer court people, their default is what to get from you, and they can feed your ego and sense of fulfillment. They will feed your ego as long as they are with you. They will tell you, you are the greatest. Surely you are the greatest. Surely there is no one like you. Surely you are the best man. You see, one thing I've learned is to be dead to praises, is to also be dead to criticism, right? That if you are not dead to praises, outer court people will find their way into your inner court, into your holies of holies, especially when what motivates you or what grows you is the praises of men, right? Outer court people, they are like supporters club football fans. When you play well, right, they can say hey, hey, hey. When you play badly, or when they can't get what they want from you, they will say who. I have had people in my life that I have given empty my account for before, right? And people assume that praise has a lot of money. Yes, I have a lot of money. I never deny it anymore. Okay, it's a good perception, but a lot of people don't know that when I give, I am giving the last I have, right? So someone expects 100,000, you give 10,000, the person goes to someone else and say you're very stingy. They don't know that you were bleeding when you gave the 10,000. They just assume, right? Those are outer court people. They are never appreciative, especially when you don't meet their expectation, right? Their default is what to get, so they can feed your ego and sense of fulfillment. The last thing there, some of them have the potential to become your inner court people, but you must have your filter to determine such or trust your God, right? They have the potential. In fact, they can actually become holies of holies, but it will be later. You need to migrate them from 72 to 12. Then when they fulfill the quota of 12, you can migrate them to your holies of holies. The question you need to ask is, how did they show up on your radar? Everyone coming into your life that you want to commit yourself into, how did they show up in your radar? If they show up in the place of gossip or in the place of pain, then you need to put a question mark on it. They are not your holies of holies. Number two, what is their track record? What is their track record? What is their track record? You need to always check, right? Find someone that knows them, right? Or find someone they have related with in times past to check. Who is this person? What has been his track record? What have they done before? If you are choosing a lover, you need to find out who has he dated before, right? Why did they fall out? You need to find out all of this. The next one, who do you know that can attest to their character? You need to find someone who can attest to their character. Next one, who have they fallen out with before and how did they react? Now, have they fallen out with anyone before and how did they react? A lot of people, who fight dirty did not just start by fighting dirty on social media. They have been fighting dirty in times past. So you want to find out from them, who has hurt you before and how did you handle it? You say, me, I didn't take rubbish, I gave it to them sharp. In fact, I exposed his secret. They are going to expose your secret. Those that gossip with you are going to gossip about you. Those that gossip with you are going to gossip about you. Those that gossip with you are going to gossip about you. I have been burnt several times sharing this. So I understand my error rate has reduced to almost zero right now because I have mastered this, right? I know I am never in the place of gossip, because a lot of people that come into your life to gossip, they are going to gossip about you. They're going to use you to rise to the next level as well, right? So who have they fallen out with before, and how did they react? What energy and vibe do they send, and what do you feel anytime you are with them? What energy and vibe do they send, and what do you feel anytime you are with them? Now, it's been said that great small-minded people, they talk about people, right? They gossip. Average-minded people, they talk about events and history. Great mind talk about ideas. When you are with them, if all you talk about is people, this person, he helps me, this person is useless, this person, if that's all you talk about, those are outer court. Their strength is in gossip. Their strength is in biting the finger that fed them. Their strength is in not finding any positive in anyone who has helped them. All they see is negative. Those are outer court people. So every time they leave you, if you feel the need to repent, if you feel the need to say, I have spoken so much, those are outer court people. They have the tendency to bring out the fool in you, the bad in you, right? The things you would never have imagined that you begin to share, they have the tendency to bring it out. So you need to understand that outer court people are not inner court people. There are things you cannot share with them. They have not earned their place in your team for them to qualify for certain information, for certain exposure, right? You can't recommend them yet, right? You can recommend them for basic things that can help humanity. So for example, they are hungry, you can recommend someone that can feed them. They need school fees, you can recommend someone that can pay their school fees. But you even need to research that, because they may not need school fees, they may need something else, right? For some of them, they need to read a book, they need to grow up. So you want to place them on personal development journey, right? But you cannot open up your life. You cannot give them a loan, right? Because they have not earned the right to end that loan without collateral, right? And you are not an unlicensed bank, an unlicensed mortgage bank, right? So whatever you cannot lose, you cannot trust with outer court people. What you can part with is what you can give to outer court people. Tomorrow, I will get into the inner court and the criteria for bringing people into your inner court. I hope you have learned something today. I'll be back tomorrow, 3 a.m. God's willing. Till then, keep loving, keep living. Remember, I am a savior, you are a savior. Together, we can solve the problem of our world. Yesterday was the International Day of the Family. We held the African Family Life Delegates Conference. If you go to on YouTube, and you check IFED Academy, IFED Academy, you can listen to everything we shared about the best conference we've ever hosted. The amazing thing about that conference was, if COVID had not happened, we would have spent about 10 million, right? But we spent less than 100,000, and it ended up being the best conference we ever had. Guys, go there, listen and stream it. It will help you. It's not going to be there forever. We're going to pull it out and make it private so that people can pay for it, but you can go and get blessed by it right now. I love you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Till then, please go ahead, save your world. Bye-bye.